Good evening. Good evening. Hope you guys are well. My name is Joya. Thank you for being here. Today, I want to talk about the importance of dating the safe man. Okay. I think oftentimes as we grow up, certain things shape how we view people in relationships and all of that kind of stuff. And so we've been taught, okay, get with this man. Maybe you need a little bit of toxic. Maybe you need a little bit of hood, right? And so we think that maybe are those are the things that we need in a man. But I'm here to tell you, if 2025 has taught me anything, is to always choose the safe, gentle, kind man. I'm telling you. A lot of times people think when you're passionate or when you really want to get your point across, you have to be super loud and super, like you might have to yell. You don't want to be in a situation with somebody like that. If they are passionate and they can't get their point across talking just like how I'm talking now, then you don't need to be with them because you don't have to yell. You don't have to talk loud. You don't have to use it, you don't have to curse to get your point across. And I am choosing to only be with men that feel safe. Whether that's I feel physically safe, but also emotionally. Because, yeah, they may not ever harm you physically, but emotionally, how do you feel when you're with them? Is your nervous system constantly feeling like it can't rest? Are you feeling like you're in fight or flight every single day of your relationship? If you feel like that, that's not the person you should be with. And that's something I've had to learn. And I've realized I don't want to be with a man that I don't emotionally feel safe with, as well as physical. And sometimes what a lot of people don't realize is that, like, if you're with somebody, a man, and he curses, that's a red flag. Personally, I don't curse at all. So that's just not something I like to do. I don't do that. And I don't want to be with somebody that does that either. However, I will say there is a difference for somebody that curses like in conversation and somebody, just talking, and somebody that curses at you. There's a difference. I'm not saying either is right because they're both wrong. I believe cursing is very uneducated. Like, you don't have to use those type of words to get your point across. Like, I feel like you can use other words. So it just, for me, it comes across uneducated, to be honest. Because if I'm ticked off or whatever, I can use other words that aren't curse words to get my point across. But typically, when you're with a man and he's a cursor, at some point, whether he just curses in conversation or he curses at, like, he's gonna get to a point where he probably starts cursing at you. And so for me, I nip that in the bud. I Whenever if you start cursing in the conversation we having, listen, don't curse at me. Don't talk to me like that. It's eventually, if they're cursing at you, it's gonna probably get to a place where that cursing is going to lead to physical abuse of some sort. If a man will call you the B word, he will curse you out. It's going to get to a place where of no return. Whether he only just keeps cursing you out or if he puts his fist on you or something like that, it's gonna get bad. And that's not the type of man you want to be with. Choose safe. So cursing, that's a red flag. Also, even if he's not necessarily cursing, but he's not emotionally intelligent. So he doesn't know how to regulate his emotions. And one thing I found is that some men, most men, I'll be honest, most men don't know how to talk to women. They don't. So one thing I try to tell people, listen, I'm not your homeboy. Don't call me the N word. Don't call me your homie. Don't call me your dog. Don't call me none of that. Either call me my name, call me, if we together, you can call me, sweetheart, something like that. Outside of that, don't call me nothing other than that. Or a child of God. That's it. You're not about to be calling me anything other than that. Because if a man will do all of that, it lets you know he eventually will be a very toxic person. Okay. Also, emotionally safe, you need to make sure that this man knows who he is. If he doesn't have a purpose, he doesn't know who he is, that unfortunately is going to lead to a lot of abuse, whether it's verbal or physical. But don't stay in situations where you think, oh, well, he just, he might have cursed me out a few times, right? He just said some stuff. Most men, I found, what I found is men and women are just very different. We're very different. And it's only so much, especially if you're dealing with a black man. It's only so many times he gonna say words before he unfortunately goes to another extreme. And I have never been on the other side of DV. However, I'm sensitive to the topic and I understand. I know people that have, and typically there's some behaviors that lead up to it. So the yelling, the cursing, the name calling, it typically leads to physical. And it's best to just leave before it even gets to that point, because if a man will curse you out, yell at you, call you every name in the book, I believe there is a 90% chance he will put his hands on you. I just believe that. So don't settle for that type of man. Get with the safe man. Like, there are people I felt safe with that I know no matter where I go, I'm gonna be straight. And it's not just the physical, but it's also the emotional. So I can tell them, hey, I didn't like when you did this. When you did this, it made me feel like this. With a man that's not emotionally safe, that you can't be emotionally safe with, he's going to curse you out. He's gonna be like, oh, what you mean you can't feel safe with me? What you mean you can't? Nah, you need to shut up. He's gonna do all of that. He might call you the B word, you dumb. I'm getting triggered. So, yeah, like, choose the man that he is safe. He lets you have your feelings. He lets you have your thoughts. You could be an absolute, all the way, completely sounding stupid when you having your thoughts and you telling him, but he not gonna go off on you. He not gonna curse you out. He just gonna let you have your thoughts. And if he have opinions, he'll say it, but it's gonna be in a nice, respectful way. It's not gonna be condescending. He's not just listening to respond. So when you bring up things that you are unhappy with in y'all situation, he not just gonna, refute everything you say. He gonna listen and say, okay, you know what? Like, you actually do have a point. I could see, how the things I did or said contributed to what you felt. As opposed to, man, no, you need to shut up. That ain't even how it went. You don't even know how to. But that comes with emotional intelligence. It comes with a secure attachment. And that's the type of man you should choose. The man that you feel safe with. The kind man, the sweet man. The man that's like, he wants to do right by you. Like, he's not. Because let me tell you something. The men that are good men, sweet, kind, all of that, like, genuinely, not just the fake nice guy. No, real good guys. If you do something to trigger them or get them to mad or something like that, they're either gonna put their phone down and go silent, block you, leave you, something of the sort. But they're not gonna be cursing you out. They're just gonna be like, okay, she is off her rocker. She is losing it. I'm gonna just go ahead and leave. Like, they're not gonna go back and forth with you. They're not cursing you out. They're not yelling at you. They're not calling you out your name. They're not doing none of that. And it's unfortunate that majority of women have experienced the not so nice guy, the mean guy, the abusive guy, all of that. And I hate that I had to go through that to see what I don't want in a person and what I can't be with, because I'm not a hothead or anything like that. Like, I'm very calm and sweet when I need to be, but I'm just very when I feel unsafe, all bets are off. I'm gonna read you the best book I've never read, and you gonna feel it. You gonna feel it. I don't curse, so I'm not gonna be doing that. I don't yell. When I'm mad, I talk just like this. The same tone, the same monotone, the same volume. I don't do that. I don't yell. I can't even yell. Yelling does not come natural to me. I don't scream. Like I said, I don't use profanity. I'm gonna just tell you straight like this. Don't you ever in your life talk to me like that again. I don't know who raised you. I don't know what they did when they raised you, but they didn't do a good job. I'm gonna talk to you just like that. Straight like that. When I'm mad. I'm not doing all of that. But it's important to Not be with the guy that causes you to have all of this, like you got night sweats, you can't sleep, you can't eat, your mind is racing, you feel like you can never just be. You can't just be, you're not safe. That's the best way to put it. You're just not safe with this person. That's not your person. So from here on out, God is my witness. I'm choosing a safe man. We're going to have disagreements. We're not going to agree on everything because we're not the same. How I think is not how you think. And our upbringing is probably far different. I done been through things, you done been through things, you experienced stuff that maybe I haven't, and vice versa. So we're going to have a difference in how we see things, what we like and don't like. But it's the point where, as a man, you're able to sit down and talk to me in a respectful way, to have that conversation. You're not yelling at me. You're not cursing at me. You're not calling me out my name. And as a woman, I'm doing the same thing. Because I'm going to tell you, a woman is going to give what you give. She's going to give what you give. And one thing I got to do a better job at is if I meet somebody that's not giving me respect, is to just leave. Don't go back and forth with them. Don't read them. Just leave. Just leave. I ain't gotta do all that. Just leave. Just leave, because I know who I am. Choose the sweet man. Choose the kind man. Choose the man that makes you feel safe, seen, and appreciated. And you will know when you meet him. Trust me. You will know. I've met a few, maybe about three safe men. And it's a difference. It's a total difference. It's a total difference of how they treat you, how they talk to you. Excuse me. It's just totally, how they court you is just totally different. Totally different. And it's a feeling that I realize that's what I personally need. I'm choosing a safe man. Because there are going to be times where I have to address things with you. And if I feel like I can't even bring it up out of fear that you're going to curse me out, you're going to yell at me, you're going to call me out my name, I'm not going to do it. So now I'm suppressing myself and my emotions and my feelings to let you have the victory. And that's not how a relationship or a healthy one should work. Both people should be able to talk it out, get to an understanding, figure out a way, even if it's just saying, listen, I don't agree with you, but I'm choosing to drop this because it's not worth us keep going back and forth. Or if you can come to a compromise, then you come to a compromise. But it should be able to be a conversation to where you're not having to do all of the things that is going to cause a bad, toxic relationship. So I am going to make it my mission to not choose men that are mean to me, that degrade me in any way. And I pray the same for you. Your life depends on it. I am so tired of seeing women, lives be taken because of DV and all the kind of stuff that come with that. Toxic relationships, like I'm tired of it. And I don't want to read any more about it. I don't want to see it. And I pray that you recognize when, this isn't safe for me. He's not safe. And you get up out of there. So I'm going to leave it here. As always, stay grateful, stay faithful, stay consistent. Peace.